Hello, all my viewers. This is again Dr. Pramit Kumar Chandapati, and after a long time, I'm posting another interesting video. So this particular video will be helpful for lots of viewers and my subscribers. And thank you to all my 5,800 subscribers. And in this particular series, we'll be discussing datum shift and bonus tolerance confusion. And this particular lecture series I am recording after getting a request from Mr. Satish for his wonderful question, and requested me for addressing this and post in my channel. And beautifully he has crafted all the question, and a powerful question is responsible behind any powerful answers. And I thank Mr. Satish for framing a wonderful question and his deep quest. And before starting and moving ahead, just let me share a couple of slides which you can see. So this is his email, and in this email he has mentioned four different queries which are somehow already you can see in my channel already. Zero tolerance at MMC already video is there, but I'll also clarify that, and mostly the bonus tolerance concept and datum shift, that confusion somehow in all these four questions are carried out, and some basic understanding about this also. So I have highlighted all these four questions briefly. This whole session I have designed like this. So let us first understand what about the datum shift relationship with your bonus tolerance, or is that separate this particular confusion? So we'll understand the datum shift and we'll look at one case study, and after that we'll also look into zero tolerancing. And then after understanding this all basic, I will address the subscribers four questions which are documented. So let us understand the first thing, the datum shift. So if you look at the datum shift, first you have to lay the foundation, where to use, where not to use. So this all clear cut understanding you need to have, right? So the datum shift concept is all about when you go for assembly. So when there is an assembly, then only the datum shift concept is useful. If you are manufacturing a single part, and that is nowhere used typically in stack analysis and typical assembly, then datum shift is not part of the protocol. So, and also when you go for assembly design, you also look at the gauge design and its computation. So then the datum shift concept will be used. So datum shift concept will address, but before that we need to understand where all many people they see that A frame, B frame, C frame. Inside that frame, the A is the primary datum, secondary datum is the B, and C is the tertiary datum. So everywhere you cannot use that particular datum shift concept, or you can see the MMB, or maximum material boundary condition. This is not the MMC or LMC. This concept are used for computing the bonus tolerance, but whereas the datum shift is attached in your feature control as a simulation, or you can say shifting the boundary of your datum or rocking inside the assembly. So you get some play, you get some free allowance. So where to use that? So as you can see, the first point, it has to be a FOS. All the datums are not FOS. If you look at a datum, let us say there is a flat plane where you could attach maybe flatness. There you cannot apply datum shift. The primary datum in case of A, and that is a flatness, you cannot use it. Even though it is attached to your feature control frame, it is useless. What is the meaning of datum shift shifting a flatness? You cannot. So but if that is a FOS, feature control, you can do that. Feature of size it is. And if it is feature control base, that is feature of size. So which is feature of size? Maybe one width is there or slot is there. So there is a median plane, in that median plane you can use the datum shift. The central plane or the median plane can be shifted. If you go for a FOS shaft, the outer boundary you attach always the GDNT call out, and in that case you can do it. Or maybe the total width of something, maybe the outside width of something, so there you can use it. So it has to be FOS. This is the very important rule of datum shift. So look at that, is it a flatness you are trying to use there? No, not at all. This is the wrong approach. So look at all the uh, feature control frame and primary, tertiary, and secondary datums. There you look at the FOS, then only that is logical. So if you are trying to push it somewhere, okay, is a frame, so it is a flatness, and still I'll be using datum shift. It is useless. It is meaningless. It is abrupt. It is not logical as per the ASME 14.5 GDNT logic, or you can say the framework. You are doing a wrong approach. So it has to be FOS. And in most other cases, if you don't have an assembly or a gauge design, then datum shift is probably never used. And also be careful that where datum shift you can use different GDNT symbols are there. So specific to location, when you talk about location, it is not only about locating the thing, also there is a perpendicularity involved indirectly. So when you talk about location, you also address perpendicularity. So whenever there is a location inside a feature control, so you can directly use datum shift and it is implied. And also when you have perpendicularity, also datum shift is implied. And also with a profile, you can use as well datum shift, a very advanced concept, but these are the protocols where you can use the datum shift. So let us look at one case study. So through that we'll try to understand this datum shift concept. And if you look at this particular diagram, let us understand that already I defined that in my previous slide, but still when the datum hole is at its smallest and does not have perpendicularity error, that means if it is perfect at the smallest size, the smallest hole with no perpendicularity error, and this is all about this piece. This piece is what? This piece is gauge, and you are manufacturing this yellow piece, that is your part. And for manufacturing this hole, you are attaching this GDNT call out, and when you are attaching this, and also logically you are keeping in your mind that gauge pin. So when it is at the smallest and does not have perpendicularity error, the datum hole can move an amount equal to perpendicularity tolerance. And if it is exactly whatever the perpendicular tolerance you have here, 0.2, and you created that at the MMC condition, and for a hole, MMC is what you know. So in case of a shaft, the MMC is the bigger diameter, and in case of a hole, the MMC is the smallest diameter. That means when you hit this caveat, then you directly get this whatever surplus, and this you can see. So let us calculate the virtual condition of the pin, and virtual condition will be if you get at this 15.1. So this if you minus it, because this position tolerance you have, so 14.9. So when you manufacture even at 14.9, so this extra you directly get. And also typically we'll look at the other side, and if you get this at hit at 10.1 in MMC condition, smallest hole, and if you deduct it 0.3, then what happens is 9.8 is the VC virtual condition. And what about the largest hole? So if you do the math, if you have largest hole or smallest hole, then also this whole tolerance will directly get involved in case of your datum shift. So here you get a bonus tolerance as well as a datum shift. So let us look at that very closely. So the point here you need to understand is, for example, the minimum datum feature shift is equal to the smallest allowance datum hole size minus the VC, or the virtual material boundary condition size of the datum features. So the allowable movement is called the minimum datum feature shift. So this is very much important in at what size you manufacture, and based on that, while assembly you get that free play, and that much we allocate as a datum shift. It is purely depend on that. So in this my subscribers questions also will address that very specifically. So here you try to interpret that I was talking about FOS, feature of size. So let us look at this B frame, and this B frame is applied over the outer periphery. That means the coaxial axis is being derived from that. And also if you look at this B, this is of course a FOS. Then that means this B is automatically derived as with the material boundary condition, but A is not. That is what the confusion. Why we have not attached to A even though it is attached here? Or how do you decide that it will be applicable to A or B or which? So what about A? So look at A, and if you look at the B, then you can see this here A is the flatness, and to flatness it is illogical. You cannot apply your datum shift because it is not a FOS. So how will a virtual plane will shift even it is not having a total width also? So that is very important. So minimum datum feature shift is equal to the smallest allowable datum hole size minus the virtual condition, that is the material maximum boundary condition, that is the size of the datum feature. And also when the datum hole is at its largest and does not have perpendicularity error, the datum hole can move an amount equal to the perpendicularity tolerance plus the size tolerance. And because size tolerance is extra bonus because you perfectly created that at your boundary condition. So this largest size or minimum size, this both, because whole minimum means you are talking about MMC and whole maximum size is means LMC. When you manufacture at LMC, then definitely the datum shift which is available to you will be very less. The allowable movement will be computed from that. So this is very important to understand. So let me put that thing in right perspective. So if you look at the virtual condition here, and let us little exaggerate the thing and look at the largest hole. So here we looked at the smallest hole, and if you look at the largest hole, if you try to manufacture that, then what will happen is in that case you can see the maximum datum feature shift will be computed from that. It will be taken from here only based on the conditions what is available. So in no way your bonus tolerance is equal to datum shift. Datum shift is purely the resultant condition after manufacturing real condition, and whatever you get, so during your assembly or fit engineer or the QC engineer, they get that benefit. They get extra allowance so that this whole part can shift this side, and this if it is also manufactured in some way, so it can fit, this pin can still fit here and here in all the worst cases. Maybe this you manufacture at LMC and this at MMC, so here you get a more datum shift with the simulating your axis, and here you get a less. So based on that it will accommodate. If you get, you can hit anything, LMC here and LMC here, or MMC here, LMC here, and whatever combination. So based on that, the datum shift is the extra play which will be resulting based on the manufacturing data. So if you look at this particular figure, then you can clearly understand. So which gives us the bonus? So this particular data gives us bonus. This M gives us bonus, but this is not bonus. This is basically tells us the shift available, and this can only be decided after manufacturing. And whatever is getting, then bonus is not guaranteed. So bonus purely depends on this condition. So when you manufacture at MMC, still you have a bonus, right? So if you go for a hole or shaft, for both the cases MMC are quite different. In case of a shaft, bigger size, but in case of a hole, it is the smaller size. So this particular callout is responsible for your bonus, whereas this particular callout is responsible for shift. But we compute from here itself by looking at the exact data. This is the geometry dimension. And in this way also look at where this feature frame is applied, and in that particular case this feature frame has to be FOS, feature of size. If it is not FOS and you are trying to apply to a flatness or maybe total run out or run out, it is useless. It is not a feature of size. So be careful. So where you have used this A, B or C, never look at the ABC, but look at where it is attached. Is that a feature of size? This is the first condition you need to understand. So now in case study 2 we'll try to understand as per the agenda. Here you can see it is a bonus tolerance or tolerance at zero, so zero tolerancing. So this zero tolerancing is little confusing. Already I have one video in my channel, but still let me put that thing into perspective so that you can little again once again revise it, or you can maybe you can get some good insight. So you see, what is this particular condition? The total amount of location tolerance is the same with both the method, with the traditional method or with the total location tolerance allowed. Here you can see is 0.2, right? But you need to understand 0.2 is allowed at MMC plus the bonus tolerance of 0.2 that we get from the size tolerance to make a total of 0.4. So from here you can get this 0.2, and in between also if you deviate the condition you get some bonus. So if you look at that, adding the both the thing, so what will happen is maybe you can hit any condition, and sometime uh, you may manufacture this at a particular dimension at 5.4, this at 5.2, maybe 5.3. So how the virtual condition will look like, it is the map here. But to be very precise, many people they think that is attaching a zero tolerance here make any sense, and what is the role of that. So if you have a zero tolerance, even the 5 will be accepted here, but in case of this 5 here, in case of no zero tolerance here, this will be rejected. So if you compute the virtual condition, you can know that why it will be rejected, and already this I have discussed in my previous video. So let me put that into right perspective. So here you have zero tolerance, here you have normal tolerance like this. Okay, so why part will be rejected, you can see this here. So let us see the total location tolerance. Here the tolerance position will be 0.2 and allowable tolerance will be 0.2. Why? Because MMC is 5.2. Let us say we hit at MMC. So tolerance position, if you deduct it, so you will get the virtual condition as 5. And whereas the tolerance position here is 0 and allowable position is, because here you see 5.2, 5.4, so here you can still manufacture with a lower size and still you get a extra bonus. So this is what the quotation price is cheaper. So that is what my video says, that why quotation price is cheaper when you go for the zero tolerancing. So very detailed video, you can watch that. So why at MMC condition with zero tolerance the quotation price decreases, because of this you will get lots of virtual condition and you can manufacture with more loose tolerance. Here you have tight tolerance, but here you have loose tolerance. So 5 to 5.4, still you get 0.4 bonus and total is 0.4, and virtual condition here is also 5 because 5 minus 0, because 0 will be deducted. And because of that, here if you hit 5, this part is out of print. But here, because of this whole process, the manufacturer is facing very less challenge while manufacturing, and still it can get more range, broad range of products within the same thing call out. So if you go for 0 also, the perfect form at MMC, in MMC condition 0 tolerance, still you get lots of variation. Maybe it will be 5.05, 5.02 or whatever between this, maybe 10, 15 with all iteration of 0.25 you can get it. So let me come to the user's direct question. So what user says is, because why I covered all this thing in order to address this thing. So his doubt. So what he says is, in attachment there is a two figure. Exactly the user sent me the mail where I got a LHS type and RHS right hand side and left hand side figure. And here there are two different notations exactly. One is with zero tolerancing. Here you can see, here is zero tolerancing, but whereas here it is attached with some tolerance. So because of that I explained the zero tolerancing concept, and also you can watch a video from my channel. Already I have posted it before maybe 2 years. So let us go through his question. Very intelligent question and very well framed. I appreciate that and I thank you him. In attachment, if you look at the LHS image, perpendicular value is 0. So if you look at the perpendicularity, it is 0. What does it mean? So already I explained you. So this range you get 12.1 to 12.2, in between maybe the 0.01, 02, 03, and like that you get all the manufacturing possibilities. But what is this question is, in attachment LHS image perpendicularity value is 0. and at the same time MMC modifier also given. At the same time MMC modifier is also given. What does it mean? So this gives you a low quotation price because you get a larger range of tolerance geometrically, and this directly gives you the flexibility and quotation will be less. So this I preferably advise you to go through my video. That is a very detailed video, but still that is the reason. So what does it mean? So this gives you absolute flexibility in terms of manufacturing, so that quotation will be low because you get a larger play. So if you go for some tolerance here, you get more tighter, and because somehow you have to play around the tolerance. So if you probably give here 0.2, so maybe here you can go for 0.5 tolerance. So manufacturing will be tougher in that case. So you can wider this range as well. So like this here, you can wider the range also if you attach a tolerance. So here 0.1 is there, and this and here. So as compared to this, both the thing, this exactly really not simulated. So I would prefer here to go for 12 to 12.3 or something like that, so that they get a flexibility. So this is just for education purpose. He has sent it without purpose. So maybe it is not noted properly, but you can see in my previous condition it is very well framed, that 5 to 5.4 and 5.2 to 5.4. So here there has to be a larger play when you go for 0. That is only the purpose. It will be manufacturing easily. But if you compare here to here, it is really uh, tighter. So that is not the purpose. So the purpose of the zero tolerancing, you have to understand it. So my understanding is when feature is depart from MMC to LMC without considering allowable error value, so that I already discussed, some bonus tolerance value will be available. That is what I told there. With respect to size tolerance 12.2, and this will be available. With this zone hole axis can move. So whatever the bonus you will get, so this is not exactly the bonus tolerance. This extra available, yeah, you can say that is the extra available bonus tolerance, but that will be reiterated, renamed as available datum shift. So this uh, can quantify, and directly this you will be getting as a datum shift. So datum shift also is purely depends on these also. So if you get here suppose 0.3 and here 0.4 suppose, so 0.7 it can shift. So it is a collective of this both the thing. So when this zone hole can move, so my understanding is correct, means why should we give a modifier? So why you are giving a modifier is, this is primarily that when you go for a modifier in your feature control frame which is attached to a datum, and that primary purpose is to have a assembly scenario and for gauge design. So you have to look close your eye and understand, okay, how my gauge would be, it will be fitting that or not. So this scenario you need to conceive it, and my understanding is correct, means why should we give a modifier? So that is what is said. Rather, can't we give directly value 0.01 with a modifier? No. So this 0.1 and with a MMC is not. So MMC is, you know, if let us say there is a plate and to the very close vicinity there is a small pin, and there you never apply MMC, you apply LMC. So when you specify MMC, it talks very specifically and gives a very specific boundary condition, and that boundary condition is very important. And directly if you attach it, talks generic. So you have to give zero values, or you have to give some values, and zero values I already explained what is the purpose of zero values. Even though it is zero there, it gives you larger virtual conditions and range of the uh, products where you can accept it. It will be in print. So if there will be a tighter tolerance, and there will be some more tolerance also in the feature control frame like here, then what will happen is it is pretty difficult for manufacturing, because you get suppose 4 odd, but let us say I'm getting 10 odds, like 10.01, 10.02, 10.03, like that, 10.01. So like that, 10.1 to 10.01, there will be 10 instances. In those 10 instances, manufacturers are allowed to play around to hit anything. So if somebody hits 10.07 also, it is inside the print, so we'll accept it. So how many larger irregularities we can accommodate inside that frame, that gives you the power, and that is the purpose of zero values. So again, I request you to give and watch deeper in go to that article and view that. So what is important of that? So already I explained that. So why perpendicularity symbol? As already I discussed that when you go for any datum shift, primarily the perpendicularity is a derived one, like your positioning tolerance, and positioning is implied with the perpendicularity. And as I discussed, the positioning tolerance or perpendicularity or profile only are accepted for datum shift, and because of that it is applied. And is this to control orientation of hole? Absolutely yes. It is with respect to the certain master datum, and master datum and axis has to be perpendicularly aligned. And if master datum is horizontal, that is a flatness, and here you can see the flatness is attached to A, and obviously this with respect to A, whatever you attached is orienting the hole, that is maintaining the perpendicularity. Absolutely. So in the RHS image, perpendicularity value is 0.1. So here it is zero point 0.1, and MMC modifier also given. So is the maximum material boundary condition. And this means it is clearly understood from your video, no doubt in that. So okay, that is great. But comparing both LHS and RHS images, only RHS is having datum shift in B and red arrow. So here it is saying that it is datum shift, and here why it is. So as this is zero tolerance, so it is probably in the MMC condition. So because of that, in this figure there is no importance or showing that here datum shift will be applied. So because you see why this is so, you need to understand. If there is no tolerance here, is it legitimate? Is it possible that further if you plan for anything, so this particular kind of print cannot be planned for an assembly exactly. So when there is no larger play, because here you get some flexibility for manufacturing. Again, you are talking about your datum shift. That means you want to take something from here, because here you don't have anything, right? So if you want to take something from here, it is very challenging for manufacturing. So do you think that if you go for 0.5 also in 0.5 tolerance, how costly or costlier will be this part to manufacture? So because of that, it is not given here. So always whenever you have uh, this bonus here, or as well as here there is a range like maybe zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.4 mm or maybe 0.5 mm, then it makes sense that okay, 0.1 zero point 0.2 we can allocate for datum sheet, and this is very in the low vicinity, and there is no tolerance like here, it is zero. So it does not make sense to allocate something from here, and you may hit somewhere in the best condition 12.1 also, but what is the probability? So based on that, it is not mathematical to go for something without a high precision or aircraft or aeronautical engineering. If you do, that makes sense, and you can go for a print, and you can derive that okay, there is a material boundary condition here maximum. So that is the reason why in the LHS site not having the same thing. It is just your interpretation, just like lawyer, they interpret the codes. It is like you ability to interpret this. It is not like ready-made white and black things. So it is very important to dynamically understand the figure and what it refers, and the gauge, and also the manufacturing and assembly features, and then you come to a conclusion. So in RHS image, the datum C feature control frame B having a shift. So this B having a shift, the red arrow, absolutely. So only because of the source datum, blue arrow highlighted, because of the source datum here it is attached. So directly in feature control frame also you can say that this is the datum, that means MMC is applied to this, implied to this. So having modifier, absolutely, that is the thing. So when you attach to a feature control frame and it is under this, if it is under this bucket, you cannot derive it. So just we can say that datum is B, that's all. So when you are saying that, so datum is B, you cannot attach to A, right? So always you can put it here. So when you are going for a FOS, or you are applying to a particular feature here to 12.1 to 12.2 with a perpendicularity, that means it is also applied, and it is implied that MMC, it is not MMC, MMB, maximum material boundary, or the datum shift can happen here. So yeah, of course, for that it is applied there, you are right. So above statement is right, means why LHS does not have the same combination. So that is what I already explained, why LHS and RHS, because of this manufacturing flexibility and tight, practically the manufacturing people won't get that limit. So it is derived and you have to understand that. So thank you very much, and I expect you all people beautifully directly write down, or you can email to me. You can get my email in my channel, and uh, is better to create subscribers challenges and issues and pain area to present as a solution, and in that way now onwards I will recommend everybody and uh, promote that you post a question, and definitely I will get back with the best possible solution which is logical, legitimate, and you can apply that. Thank you very much.